Ladies and gentlemen, who's ready for some wrestling?
We are back at the Rother Street Arts House as tonight Phenomenal Elite Wrestling brings to you the one with all the wrestling. On his way to the ring, our host for the evening, in fact our host, plural, because Vegan Prescott has not come alone. Look who's under his left arm, Porcus, back in the house. We are in the heart of Stratford upon Avon. Big night of action ahead. Dave Bradshaw here on commentary on an evening when multiple championships will be decided. All that and much, much more.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Phenomenal Elite Wrestling! And welcome to the Rother Street Arts House. Yeah! And welcome to the one with all the wrestling! Oh, who's ready for an action-packed evening? Very good. You know, we need one person in this ring, and he's going to keep an eye on the rules for us. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing referee Danny Marks.
He's the ultimate guardian of law and order here in P.E.W. Danny Marks, ever popular. He returns to the P.E.W. ring tonight. Clapping hands with the fans. He is going to have a busy night on his hands. Some of the wrestlers here tonight not known for playing by the rules if they can get away with it. Luckily for us, Danny Marks ensures that not much gets past him. We will see. He can be at his usual best, as ever, here tonight in Stratford.
Danny Marks, ladies and gentlemen. Now, on previous show of P.E.W, we had a match that was a friendly challenge between two honourable competitors. So what we're going to have now is the one with the challenge. The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
Listen to the ovation for Big Daddy Unicorn.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring. He's big, he's bad, and he's buff. This is Big Daddy Unicorn, Jason Joshua.
A Grand Slam champion here in P.E.W, a man who has frankly done it all. Voted by the fans on more than one occasion as P.E.W Wrestler of the Year. He is the people's choice. He was his opponent tonight's choice for this challenge match. Johnny Rivaro wanting to challenge the best that P.E.W has to offer. Well, arguably, you're looking at it.
Introducing his opponent.
London's own a huge up-and-coming talent.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring. He is the top dog. This is Donny Rother.
What a start Donny Rother has had to his P.E.W. career. Been embraced by the fans ever since his debut at Homecoming back in April against Jim Diehard. He's had a win over Jackie T as well. Donny Rother making waves all across the UK. Major signing to get this youngster in a P.E.W. ring and on the P.E.W. roster. What a match this will be, what a challenge. Sign of intent from Donny Rother to issue the challenge to Jason Joshua. Joshua against Rother. Kicking us off here tonight in Stratford-upon-Avon. Right in the heart of town here in the Rother Street Arts House. Start of a busy summer for P.E.W. Another show before the month of June ends, as you like it. Sunday, June 28th, the Ettington Community Centre. Go to our social media accounts, including on Insta at Phenomenal Elite Wrestling. If you want to find out more about that. Rother and Joshua having a bit of fun at the beginning here. We saw a handshake at the start as well, which is good to see. Big night of championship action, as I said. CJ Rawlings, who himself is going to have to defend his internet title in a scramble match later on at the behest of our boss, the Prestige. Rawlings, later on, cashing in his golden ticket to challenge for the P.E.W. World Championship held by Adam Bolt. Meanwhile, Donny Rother looking ahead there, getting a quick near fall on Jason Joshua. Tag titles on the line tonight as well. Martin Kirby and Smashing Mike against the 87. Vacant Women's Championship to be decided as well. Rhiannon Jade against Sabrina Valentine. And those who are going to claim the title vacated by the injured Ollie Jackson. Shoulder block there, neither man goes down. Jason Joshua is the man who will not be moved. Rother trying to stay on his feet as well, and is able to do so. Something of a stalemate at the moment between Rother and Joshua. Joshua is the first to blink, goes down to a knee. Into the curb stop, Rother able to avoid it. Rother sent him into the corner and on the way out. And with the clothesline. Joshua though, and what a rib shot there from Jason Joshua. Joshua was able to slip down the back, get that counter, which allowed him to get the shot into the ribs. Here comes Joshua, headstand in that corner. The unique in his offense. Rother away, gets the uppercut. Another body shot from Joshua. Knee into the face. Joshua bumping Rother on his front. Here comes Jason Joshua. Joshua, body weight across the back of young Donny Rother. Kick out on two from Rother. Rother having to show resilience here, tenacity in a match that he asked for. Remember, he was the one who requested it. Rother scooped up Joshua there, hit him with a body slam. And drops the elbow. And again. And again. Rother raining down on Jason Joshua with these elbow drops. Finally off the ropes. And another one. Rother The back of that combo gets a 2 count, and you've got to wonder whether maybe there was a little bit of inexperience there on the part of Rother. If he'd hooked the leg of Joshua, he could have got the biggest win of his P.E.W. career to date. Up across the chest by Rother, who continues to press home his advantage. We're going to miss that time though from Rother. Joshua fires back, big chop across the chest. And the Grand Slam winner here in P.E.W. That means he's won the world title, he's won the internet title, he's been a tag team champion. Resume as long as your arm for Jason Joshua. One that Donny Rother would love to emulate one day. Into the well once too often there to Joshua. Rother making him pay with chops of his own. Here comes the snapmare. Rother low drop kick into the chest of Jason Joshua. Cover from Rother. Just a second away there from a massive victory. Rother gets the uppercut, backs Joshua into the corner. He has a fascinating story, does Rother. Young man who was getting into trouble in his school years. Danger of going down a road that wouldn't have been good for anyone involved until he discovered pro wrestling. Since then, Rother has been a different young man. Pro wrestling, you might say without much exaggeration, has saved the life of Donny Rother, but Jason Joshua. No time for sentimentality in there as he hit that Olympic slam, then went for the cover. Jason Joshua didn't get the pin there, but he might with this if he hits it, indicating he's going to go for the curb stomp. Rother dodges. Another chop from Donny Rother. Now Rother. Pick up Joshua for the suplex, couldn't get it. And what an elbow. Elbow to the side of the head there by Rother. Drop kick by Donny Rother. Rother climbs on top, lateral press for a 2 count. Donny Rother looking impressive as he has done in every one of his appearances so far in a P.E.W. ring. Uppercut right to the back of the neck. Again, Rother seeing if he can convert that into a victory, and again he was close. Rother less than a second away. And a couple of those recent covers. It won't take much more, you think, at this point to keep Jason Joshua down. That might do it. What a knee. Right into the chest. Not the wind out of the frame of Jason Joshua. Slap though from Joshua. Elbow there. Jason Joshua, kind of competitor who simply doesn't know when he's beaten. We've seen him come back from seemingly insurmountable odds time and time again throughout his time in P.E.W. That's an attribute that I think we've seen glimpses of in the brief time we've known Donny Rother as well. His knee up as Rother to crush into him in the corner. Legs hooked over the shoulders, took Rother down that way. Now from the second turnbuckle, senton. Joshua may have cracked a rib of Rother's there. Rother looking groggy in the corner, bad place to be because Joshua charges in. Hits him up onto the shoulder. Rother escapes and hits a backcracker. Quick thinking there from Donny Rother may have saved him. Charging into that corner, doing unto Joshua what Joshua did unto him. Rother brings Joshua away from the corner, so he can't get the rope break, but he can still kick out. shaking his head, got a smile on his face. That's an encouraging sign, I think, for a young wrestler. Psychologically, there's no sign of frustration there from from Rother, rather, or it's a sign of encouragement because Rother thinks that he has Joshua on the ropes here. See Rother tuning up the band. Oh, looking for that swinging kick, couldn't get it. Joshua now has him up in that torture rack position. Got him with the knee. Jason Joshua, though, so exhausted, he's unable to capitalize. It may have been the briefest of openings there to try and get himself on top of Rother. Again, going to look for that stomp. Oh, Rother, roll up here. Roll up by Rother. Rother got him. Rother beats Jason Joshua. Man, what a moment that is for Donny Rother. He challenged the best, and he beat the best. And if that's a sign of what is to come from Donny Rother in his P.E.W. career, and maybe it won't be too long before he's well on course to emulating Jason Joshua. Could be another Grand Slam champion. Offering a handshake to a clearly frustrated Jason Joshua. Oh man! Jason Joshua, this is a low blow! What the hell was that? Curb stomp! This is not the Jason Joshua we know. Jason Joshua's never been a sore loser. What's happened? What just happened to Jason Joshua? Even Joshua seems to be having difficulty processing what he just did. Another curb stomp! Stop it now! Stop it now! What has gotten into you? Danny Marks trying to reason with Jason Joshua. These fans can't quite believe what they're seeing here from Joshua. Joshua's a hero to many of these fans. Shoot Danny Marks. He just shoved Danny Marks as well. To get up, he's not going to do it again. He's not going to do it again. Come on. A third curb stomp. This is out of control. Get him out of there. Get him out of there. What happened? Oh no. What in the world was that from Jason Joshua? What a shocking and honestly a deeply saddening turn of events. If you followed the career of Jason Joshua, then you must be as lost for words as I feel like I am. This is fight we thought we'd never see. Congratulations to Donny Rother, but it must be a hollow victory considering that post-match assault from a man who we thought we knew better, quite honestly. A shocking start to affairs here.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm shocked at that. Really, I'm shocked. That's not like Jason Joshua at all. Hope we can get an explanation at some point for that. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the show must go on. Are we right? Are we ready for some more? I can't hear you. Very good. Now this is the one with the scramble. Because the following contest is a scramble match for the P.E.W. P.E.W. Internet Championship. And please welcome to the ring our referee, Adam. Now Adam has explained the rules to me, and there will be a 10-minute time limit on this match. Pinfalls will occur in the 10 minutes, and whoever is the champion at the end of the 10 minutes will be your new Internet Champion. Introducing first,
Romeo and Nero Toxin at the same time here.
We have Tainted Love, Luca Romeo. And Luca Romeo's best friend.
Sure, that Nero Toxin was particularly keen on being announced as Romeo's best friend, but Nero and Toxin both going to have to be out for themselves in this scramble match under these rules. They're friends or not, there really are no friends during that 10-minute time limit. It's going to be a hell of an effort here on the part of the defending Internet Champion. Going to hold on to his title. And a match with a stipulation of this sort, but then of course that's the whole point. This match set up by the Prestige because he wanted to punish CJ Rawlings. History between Prestige and Rawlings. Talk more about that as we go. Clearly stacked here against Rawlings. Here's another reason why. Lost between 40 and Vegan Prescott.
And introducing next,
he's going to claim the Internet title in this scramble match. And so is this man. Fisher not making any friends, and he never does. Self-proclaimed instant classic. getting in the face of our fans. Real rogues gallery of wrestlers in there. Prestige is just a load of contenders for this internet title in this scramble match. None of whom are fan favourites, to put it politely. Something on the part of the Prestige is that every one of them will combine their efforts against CJ Rawlings to make sure that the 10 minutes has expired. It is one of these four, not Rawlings, who walks out as the internet champion. Here comes the champ. Chaotic in and out of the ring right now. Oh, Vegan Prescott, I'd get out of there. Get your announcement done and leave.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the winning and defending P.E.W. Internet Champion. He is the unpredictable CJ
Rawlings coming out, they're not just wearing that internet title belt, but with the golden ticket in hand. That golden ticket, a vital part of the development leading into our show here tonight in Rother Street, because the last time we were here in this building, the Prestige made an offer to CJ Rawlings, said, place yourself, align yourself with me, and I will give you the world. Rawlings turned him down. Prestige then slapped Rawlings, who understandably responded with a spear. But ridiculously after that, Prestige decided to suspend Rawlings for a quote-unquote unprovoked attack. Speaking of Prestige.
It's good to see you back, CJ, but you look a little bit upset. Did you not think this was going to happen tonight after your picture? After you're going to bring in your golden ticket and you thought that was going to be it, but now you've got a scramble match. I guess no one told you that tonight was going to be this way. Anyway, I digress. CJ, it's great to see you back after your... Shut up! It's great to see you back after your suspension, CJ. I just wanted to come out here to wish you good luck. It's not easy, is it? Start the match, Ref Adam. Good luck, CJ.
Well, that was dripping with sincerity from the Prestige, and this is exactly what the Prestige wanted. Look at this 4-on-1 attack here. As I was saying before that unwelcome interruption, Rawlings was suspended by the Prestige, and to break the suspension, Rawlings said he would cash in his golden ticket for a shot at the P.E.W. World Champion Adam Bolt tonight. Prestige couldn't really block that, but what he could do was make it as difficult as possible for Rawlings by also making Rawlings defend his internet title in this scramble match. Are we going to see a four-way alliance? No, we're not. That's the problem here. If Prestige thought that these four massive egos were all going to work in unison against Rawlings, may have been a slightly naive assumption. Even Neurotoxin and Luca Romeo apparently not going to work together. Maybe they are. Maybe they are. Romeo voluntarily getting pinned.
Champion, Neurotoxin.
So that means if there are no other pins during this 10-minute time limit, Neurotoxin, having got the most recent pin, will be the champion when that time limit expires. Rawlings back in though. Rawlings, roll up on Romeo, and now Rawlings has the advantage.
Your current champion, CJ Rawlings.
As it stands, Rawlings would retain the title. He's putting his hands behind his back. Romeo to bring it on. Romeo tried for a chop there. Rawlings seeming distinctly unimpressed. It was worse than the first one. Oh my God. That's how you do it, Luca Romeo. Smashing Romeo's face into the turnbuckle. Romeo must be desperately hoping that another competitor in this match is going to come and save his bacon. Sorry, Vegan Prescott, but you know what I mean. Running uppercut there. Rawlings leaps over Romeo. Rawlings is too quick for Luca Romeo. He's ahead of him at every turn here. There's the body slam. And now Rawlings puts the elbow into the heart of Romeo. Nathan Fisher. Looking to produce another instant classic. Here he's saying, who's the man? I don't think the answer to that question from the fans here in Stratford is the one that Fisher would have liked. Shoulder block there though from Rawlings. Remember, as that clock continues to tick down, that Rawlings is the most recent one to get a pin. Northern Light suplex. He could have held on to the suplex there, holding to that bridge and gone for a pin, but there's no need at this point for Rawlings. Rawlings already, as it stands, going to be the champion. All he's got to do is make sure no one else gets pinned. Oh my God! Nasty landing there, but 40 with a roll-up. It's a 2 count only. Rawlings landed head first on the ring apron. 40 saying 1, 2, 3. 40 is saying he got a 3 count, but he didn't. Swing from 40. Fisher blocked it, hit him with the forearm. Nathan Fisher. Fisherman's neck breaker into a cover. And Fisher now in control.
Current Internet Champion, Nathan Fisher.
Fisher on course to be the champion. Now some double teaming happening. By necessity maybe on the part of Neurotoxin and Luca Romeo. Great DDT from Romeo. Romeo will maybe use Toxin as a launch pad and does. Fisher taken down. Remember, Romeo allowed Toxin to get the pin earlier. Romeo sneaking on top. Now Romeo's the champion potentially.
Current Internet Champion, Luca Romeo.
Toxin realizing what happened, rolls up Romeo.
Current Internet Champion, Neurotoxin.
Romeo was going to hit Toxin, but thought better of it. Romeo turns around into 40. Toxin hit Romeo. I think that was by mistake. 40, spinebuster. 40's going to fold up Neurotoxin, and Toxin kicks out on 2.
5 minutes remaining.
We're halfway through the time limit. Neurotoxin would be the champion if the match ended now. Strikes there, running boot, one to the face of 40. Suplex position into a neck breaker. 40 up on the shoulders. Fireman's carry position for Neurotoxin. Here comes Fisher. Rawlings though. Rawlings with Fisher on his shoulders. Man. Double slap. A driver from Rawlings. Toxin did get the pin. Rawlings didn't because Rawlings' pin was broken up. Toxin was already on course to be the champion, so that doesn't change anything. Fisher back in. Romeo rebounds off the ropes, clothesline on Fisher. Big back elbow from 40. Time is of the essence now for everyone except for Neurotoxin. CJ Rawlings' reign as Internet Champion under tremendous threat in this scramble match. Toxin, Uranagi backbreaker, cover. Thompson gets another pin.
Internet champion, Hero Toxin.
He was already the current champion. Fisher, though. The move from Fisher. Fisher. Now Fisher's the champion, potentially.
Champion, Nathan Fisher.
Fisher needs to turn around. Luca Romeo grabbing Fisher from behind. Dropping him hard on his back. Hooking the leg here. Luca Romeo.
Internet champion, Luca Romeo.
Advantage Romeo.
3 minutes remaining.
We're down to the business end of this one now. 40 dumps Romeo on his front. 40 with the cover. 40 in control.
Internet champion, 40.
40 with less than 3 minutes to survive here in pole position. But here's the man who's still, for now, the champion. Spear. Spear from Rawlings. Fireman's carry driver. Rawlings shoved out of the ring. Fisher gets the pin.
Your current internet champion, Nathan Fisher.
Nathan Fisher. How many covers have there been here? Control of this match. Twisting and turning. Again, to emphasize, with not long left on the clock, Fisher on course to be the champion.
2 minutes remaining.
You heard it, 2 minutes left. Spear from Rawlings. Rawlings needs a pin. Rawlings needs to save his internet title. Rawlings. Fireman's carry driver, this time on Fisher. Wait.
15 seconds.
The Prestige just pulled the referee out of the ring. Rawlings had this one.
9, 8, 7,
Rawlings had this one.
5, 4.
Rawlings confronting the referee. Confronting Prestige. Don't tell me, oh no. Rawlings has lost the title.
Your winner and new P.E.W. Internet Champion, Nathan Fisher.
This is an outrage. This is an outrage. Rawlings had the driver on Fisher. If it wasn't for the Prestige, Rawlings would have retained the title. But Rawlings losing the Internet Championship. Nathan Fisher claiming Internet Championship gold at the expense of CJ Rawlings, and in the end, the Prestige's wicked plan, unfortunately, it all worked out. Rawlings cashes in his golden ticket later on. Maybe he can end the night with the P.E.W. World title, but not if the Prestige has anything to do with it. Hero Toxin carrying out Luca Romeo. A chaotic scramble match and a hugely controversial ending here in the Rother Street Arts House.
Now, this one is the one with the rematch, and it's a singles match scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first.
Obnoxious young woman, very talented. There's something extremely dislikable about her, as the P.E.W. fans are letting her know.
Ladies and gentlemen, making their way to the ring from 1987. This is the world famous Carnivora.
World famous Carnivora. has a huge amount of potential, but a little premature to describe herself as world famous. I describe her as a spoiled brat, quite honestly. It's going to be a rematch from the last time. It's going to be a rematch from the last time we were with you. Last time, the woman who's about to join us was the winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, making her way to the ring, she's just a girl, this is Kaya!
Kaya getting a warmer reception than her opponent. Kaya getting up into the bleachers here. It's loud here in Stratford-upon-Avon. Is Kaya about to go 2 for 2? Before it desperately needs a victory. Kaya, much more experience in P.E.W. than her opponent. Say on the evidence of what we saw last time, Kaya is the favourite going in here. Carnivora with a cheap shot. Carnivora, no regard for any sort of sportsmanship whatsoever. Picks up Kaya, drops her spine first on the ring apron. Carnivora going back into the ring, having given herself an unfair advantage. You can hear the crowd chanting cheater. They're absolutely right. Of the desperation with which Carnivora is determined to defeat Kaya. Kaya though ducks her this time as she came running in again. Kaya showing some signs of life. Look at the repeated forearms to the face of Carnivora. Carnivora sent to the ropes. There's an arm drag from Kaya. Another one. Carnivora on the third time of asking puts the brakes on. Kaya found another way. Gets that third arm drag. Kaya picking up where she left off last time. Running uppercut from Kaya. Snapmare takedown. Kick right into the small of the back of Carnivora. For the neck twist instead of victory roll from Carnivora. Smart stuff from Carnivora. Gets her a 2 count. Chest. Carnivora cupping her ears here. She's just mocking the fans, daring them to boo her some more. Big body slam from Carnivora. Carnivora, vicious, nasty knee there into the shoulder. Dragging Kaya back to her feet, has her up on the shoulders. Samoan drop delivered with authority by Carnivora. Carnivora climbs on top for the pin, gets a 2 count. Carnivora getting closer to evening the score between these two at 1 apiece. Kaya into the corner. Flash effect the way that she hit the turnbuckles there. Carnivora taking advantage, putting the boots in. And intimidate the referee. There's a real sense of entitlement on the part of Carnivora. This is an 80s throwback, a thing from the 80s I think it reminds me of is Veruca Salt. Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, famous story of the young girl who was completely spoiled by her parents, and in my mind at least, Carnivora showing similar personality traits as she goes for a cover there. Right shoulder came up for Kaya, but Carnivora still in control. Reverse of the whip by Carnivora. Toe hold. Down to her knees. A good place to be with a throat across that middle rope. Carnivora saw the opening, took full advantage again. Carnivora. Body slam and scooped her up. Jacking at the fans. Swing with the kick, couldn't get it. Kneeling German suplex with the bridge from Kaya. Kick out on 2 from Carnivora. Shots here from Kaya. Carnivora backed into the ropes. Back off the ropes, gets clothesline down, straight back up and straight down again. And again. Kaya showing signs of why she was able to beat Carnivora last time. Dodges in. Carnivora that time sidestepped. Kaya Hurricane Rana. Well executed from Kaya. Kaya hooking the leg, fisherman suplex. This time does hold on with the bridge. Out on 2, Carnivora surviving. It's been a pretty even contest this. Carnivora gone to the outside, bought herself some time. She's still got that swagger, that cockiness to her, but I think beneath that facade, you've got to think the reason that she's rolled to the outside and is now pacing around the ring is that she maybe was hurt by Kaya. That fisherman suplex did some damage, and Carnivora's decided she needs to regroup. Carnivora now taking her time to get back into the ring. Will send Kaya to the ropes. With her up, spins around into a backbreaker. Ruthless from Carnivora. The pin and a kick out from Kaya. Carnivora has Kaya up on her shoulders. Elbows from Kaya. Carnivora slipping through the legs. Snap German suplex from Carnivora. Kaya kicked out. Carnivora needed to be careful as she had the bridge, but there was a risk possibly that her shoulders were down on the mat as well. Indicating that the end is coming. Spent less time boasting, more time going for the move, because Kaya, that sliced bread. Kaya, leg hooks and kick out. It might pain us to give any kind of compliment to Carnivora, but you've got to say she's showing some resilience here. Push through the ropes. Dangerous place to be on the apron. Carnivora is going to come after her. Gets that boot. Going for the most famous DDT. She calls it that Hangman DDT. Got it on that. The way she crumpled the neck. Hell of an impact. And the foot is under the bottom rope. Great call by the official. Couldn't understand why that wasn't a 3 count, given that there wasn't a kick out, but referee quite right to point out if the foot is under the rope, that's as good as it being on the rope. That is a rope break. up to Carnivora, and maybe a little bit of inexperience not to drag her opponent further towards the middle of the ring before going for the cover. Carnivora shoved the referee out of the way. They got the cheap shot in on Kaya. The feet on the bottom rope. Referee didn't see it that time. Carnivora steals one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, Carnivora.
Carnivora delighted with herself, as Carnivora has leveled things up. After Kaya beat her last time around, Carnivora, albeit through, well, let's call it what it was, cheating, nonetheless, picking up a win the history books will record that Carnivora just beat Kaya, and she did it at the one with all the wrestling. Kaya in disbelief here. Kaya stunned. Still feeling the after effect of that DDT as well. We need to be checked out by our medical team. No disgrace whatsoever for Kaya. That was a great effort. But for the underhanded tactics of Carnivora, Kaya may have won again.
What did we think of that match, ladies and gentlemen? Please welcome back to the ring, referee Danny Moore. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to our interval, we've got one more match for you. And this is the one with the partner, because this match is for your P.E.W. Tag Team Championships. Introducing first,
you know the number, and if it gets on top, then I'ma put it on them. Got me staring, I'm that H1 now. See my melanin, I'm stepping straight out of the corner.
Looking at the challengers for the P.E.W. Tag Team titles. The man on the right, Alexander Roth, last time we were with you, had a one-on-one match with Smashing Mike. We didn't make him tap out, he put him to sleep. Hell of a statement last time around from Roth. If you can do that to Smashing Mike again, this time in a tag team match, we will have new tag team champions. And Roth hasn't come alone. P.E.W. debut here for Big Wavy. Roy Johnson joining Roth.
making their way into the ring. They are the team of the Wolf of Brawl Street, Alexander Roth, and Big Wavy, Roy Johnson. All the way from South London, they are the 8-7.
8-7. Ready. What could be a hugely profitable outing here in Stratford-upon-Avon. That being said, it's easier said than done to defeat the likes of the two men who are our reigning defending champions.
Introducing their opponents.
Smashing One is here, and listen to that roar of approval. How popular is Smashing Mike? Welcoming every single fan. What a personality. What charisma this man has. Smashing Mike hasn't come alone. His tag team partner about to come with us. Mike's held the internet title in the past. He's been a world champion as well. And this man was our first ever world champion. Now working together. The tag team titles in hand. What a pairing this is. Smashing Mike, Martin Kirby, your P.E.W. tag team champions in the house. Here in the Rother Street Arts House. Second championship match of the evening. Title changed hands in the first one. The title changed hands again. This time, tag team titles.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing your reigning and defending P.E.W. Tag Team Champions, the team of Martin Kirby and Smashing Mike, Team Rice Krispies.
Their shared love of Rice Krispies is just one of the things that unites Martin Kirby and Smashing Mike. Alexander Rother looking too impressed at ringside. As I said, this is the second championship match of the evening. If you're just joining us, we have a new internet champion, Nathan Fisher, controversially winning that internet title scramble match to claim the gold from CJ Rawlings earlier. Rawlings' night not over, of course. He's going to cash in his golden ticket later to challenge the P.E.W. World Champion, Adam Bolt. P.E.W. Women's title is currently vacant. Won't be by the end of tonight. We'll have a new champion crown there as well. We're guaranteed two new champions tonight, internet champion and women's champion. The tag team titles stay in the possession of Smashing Mike and Martin Kirby. Let's find out as the bell rings. Kirby starting things out against the debuting Roy Johnson. With powerhouse. Feeling that power, looking a little bit concerned as he realizes the scale of the challenge here against the 8-7. Actually, Mike's got to be a little bit nervous as well, given the manner in which he lost to Roth last time. Just able to choke him out. He again tried to lock up, again got shoved away. Back to the drawing board here for Martin Kirby. Bit of advice there for Kirby. Kirby asking the fans to give him the noise one more time. Johnson in his opening moments here in P.E.W. looking mighty impressive. He's mocking Kirby here. The back of the distraction kicks him in the midsection. Side headlock by Johnson. Johnson to the ropes. Shoulder block on half of the tag team champions, down flat on his back at the hands of Big Wavy. Kirby back up, leapfrog. Kirby tried for the hip toss, can't get it. Johnson so hard to maneuver. High leg lariat there from Kirby. Out on the one from Roy Johnson. Really is a beast, isn't he? Here comes Smashing Mike. Mike will feel like he has a point to prove after an outing last time against Roth. Left arm another time, maybe takes Kirby back in and holding that arm in position so Kirby can come off the second turnbuckle. Martin Kirby, double axe handle right across the arm of Roy Johnson. Maintaining the pressure on the arms. I just heard Smashing Mike say it's my turn. A mirror image of what just happened. Rolls reverse for Kirby and Mike as Mike comes off the middle turnbuckle with a double axe handle. Goodness me. Tag team champions are rocking and rolling now. Look at the way that Smashing Mike is continuing to hold on to that left arm. No respite whatsoever here for Johnson. Smashing Mike might take that shoulder out of its socket if he's not careful here, Johnson. Another quick tag to Kirby. Unbelievable tag team synergy between these two nowadays. Tandem elbow drop. Kirby the legal man for the champions. And for the cover, got a 2 count. Must be getting close to 10 tags, it feels like, between Kirby and Mike. As of yet, on the other side, Alexander Roth has not seen any action at all. There's been 0 tags for the 8-7. Seeing a little bit of action there, but not legally. Got a cheap shot in on Kirby. Over the top rope. Look at the hard floor here in Rother Street. Now Roth with a Roth. Putting the boot in on Kirby while the referee is distracted inside the ring. Roth's got a number here on Martin Kirby. Brawl Street, as he calls himself, Alexander Roth. Oh, just how good of a brawler he is. A very tossy pin though from Johnson. A single foot on the chest of Kirby was never going to be enough to keep him down. That's just going to anger Kirby. Now for the first time in the match, Roth's going to be the legal man. Kirby just gasping for air. Cracking Smashing Mike. Renewing hostilities with Mike from last month. Choking away again. Referee's back is turned here, distracted by the complaints of Smashing Mike. Mike inadvertently not doing his partner any favours. Right to the left hip there of Martin Kirby and the part of Roy Johnson. Uppercut from Johnson. Forcing Kirby back into the 8-7's corner, keeping him as far away from his tag team partner as you can. Look at the pinpoint precision of those kicks as well. Right to the right shoulder of Martin Kirby. Alexander Roth then tagged in. Keeping himself very much between Kirby and Smashing Mike. Mocking Kirby and smashes him in the side of the face. Now he's mocking Smashing Mike. Unpleasant attitude here on display from Alexander Roth. He narrowly got out of the way as Kirby was hurling into the corner. Out by Kirby on the count of 2. Roth maneuvers him onto his front and that's got that right arm manipulating it. Stuck behind the back here. The left arm as well. Look at the digits of Martin Kirby. He might break a finger here, Roth. Come on. That is grotesque. That is disgusting from Alexander Roth. The knee between the shoulder blades turns him over for the pin. Vile from Roth. And once more Kirby brought back to the enemy corner. A long way from Smashing Mike. Johnson, elbow across the back of the neck. takedown right across the middle of the back there. There's Johnson. Johnson taunting, smashing Mike. Mike with the whole body. Stamping on him, just treading on the midsection of Martin Kirby. Really roughing up Martin Kirby here at the 8-7. Two fighters from South London. Again, the double team, because again, Smashing Mike, who cannot contain his irritation, is going to have to be careful. Making things go from bad to worse for Kirby, which is certainly not the intention of Smashing Mike. Tell Kirby to fight, keep on fighting here. We'll be concerned about the future of the tag team titles. Smashing Mike. Kirby, though, is showing signs of life. Hit a suplex there. If I was Kirby, the priority would not be to do any more damage, it would be to make the tag. That's what he's trying to do. Kirby trying to inch his way towards Smashing Mike. Johnson's not going to let him get there. Johnson got the leg. Kirby kicked him away. Kirby kicks him away. Roth tried to stop it as well. He got dispatched to the outside. Kirby's still not there. Poke to the eye. Now he is there. No, he's not. Smashing Mike got removed from the ring apron by Alexander Roth. That is heartbreaking. Heartbreaking for Kirby. Kirby now brought all the way back across the ring. Having worked so hard to get to his corner, it was all for nothing. We might not like it, what Roth did there, taking Mike off the apron, but it was brutally effective for the 8-7. So Kirby still fighting. Kirby leapfrog this time. Yes, here comes Smashing Mike. Mike finally gets the tag. That could be game-changing for the tag team champions. Smashing Mike. Right hands here to Johnson. Reversal of the whip. Mike does the clothesline. Goes to the opposite ropes. Hurricane Rana from Smashing Mike. Smashing Mike showboating. Mike swiveling the hips here. He's taking on the 8-7, 1 against 2. Oh, Roth's got the title belt. Why has Roth got the championship belts in his hands? And now he's released them. I think Roth was planning to use those as a weapon if he got the chance. Thankfully he didn't get the chance, and instead he ends up colliding with his own tag team partner. Back suplex. Mike doing exactly what we hoped he would after getting the tag. DDT from Mike. I think Johnson is the legal man for the 8-7. Yes, he was. He kicked out on 2, though. And this tag team championship match continues. Mike looking for the game over. He can hook that full Nelson position, convert it into the full Nelson slam. Johnson breaks the grip on an elbow. Elbow from Johnson. Fires back off the ropes. Clothesline. Smack of the impact. Now Alexander Roth tagged in. Roth off the top. Frog splash. Roth to win the tag team championship. Smashing Mike did not let it happen. Nodding in the direction of Johnson. Johnson's coming. I don't think there was a tag there, was there? Johnson's just decided to invite himself into the ring. Double team barrage. The Smashing Mike can continue. Very much the legal man. Martin Kirby says, well, if your partner can come in whenever he likes, I can too. Kirby breaks up the pin. To the outside, so we're left with Mike and Roth. That first strike. Mike fires back. These two lay into each other here. God, what a shot from Smashing Mike. Mike takes down Roth, knocks him off his feet. Now it's smashing Mike, swiveling the hips. Johnson didn't like that. Johnson didn't like that. The pounce from Johnson. Smashing Mike almost taken out of his boots. Kirby confusing Johnson, gets the step up enziguri. Knee though from Alexander Roth. Everyone down. Tag team titles hanging in the balance here in Stratford-upon-Avon. A hell of a match for the P.E.W Tag Team Championship. Elbow strikes from Roth. Kirby is out on his feet, or does he? Maybe not. Russian leg sweep from Kirby. Kirby and Mike. Got a hold of Johnson. Collectively they send him to the ropes. He breaks through the clothesline. It's a double clothesline of his own. He's a difference maker. He's big wavy. Johnson helping Roth up. A real threat. Tag Team Championships may be about to change hands. Not if Smashing Mike has anything to do with it though. Forces Roth into a collision with Johnson. Mike had Roth up on his shoulders briefly. Fire strike from Alexander Roth. Mike pulled him to the ropes. Roth having some fun, took his eye off the ball. Pounce from Mike. The game over on Roth. Roth made a huge mistake. Smashing Mike made him pay. Mike and Kirby still the champs. Team Rice Krispie, Martin Kirby, Smashing Mike, holding on to those tag team titles, and how satisfying that must be for Smashing Mike to get a pinfall on Alexander Roth after Roth choked him out last month. Mike is inviting Kirby to have a little swivel of the hips. Don't encourage it. I think he's going to oblige. And he does. Some vigor, some gusto there from Martin Kirby. Kirby and Mike, much to the approval of this great crowd, still the P.E.W Tag Team Champions. Big win here for Kirby and Mike. And the one with all the wrestling. 2 more championship matches still to come. And a huge match for the returning Chocolate Thunder after his win of that I Am Phenomenal trophy last month.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, our next match has a lot on the line because this is the one with the contract. Now, if Chocolate Thunder wins this match, he will be awarded a P.E.W contract. But if Chocolate Thunder does not win tonight, he will leave P.E.W forever. The following contest is a singles match scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first.
Work this young man is.
making his way into the ring, the man who is bringing a new standard to British wrestling. This is Rother!
Who said he's bringing a new standard to British wrestling? Ego the size of a planet.
And introducing his opponents.
Ryden may be about to cost this man his P.E.W. career for good. He's fired up. Man who won the I Am Phenomenal trophy just a few weeks ago at the expense of Ryden. Now is he about to get himself a new P.E.W. contract, or is he going to be gone forever? Right with the attack while the lights were down. Looks like no morals on the part of Ryden. Ryden's attack on Chocolate Thunder that cost Thunder his job as co-general manager of P.E.W. all those months ago. Since then, we hadn't seen him until last month, Chocolate Thunder. Dumping Thunder, spine first on the ring apron. Ryden had promised that if Chocolate Thunder ever came back, that he would put the threat of Chocolate Thunder to bed. Returned in that gauntlet match last month. Ryden thought that he'd already won the trophy. Chocolate Thunder had other ideas. The trophy's now on Chocky's mantelpiece, but Ryden is screaming at the fans inside the ring. Chocolate Thunder currently out of contract with Prestige, his former co-general manager saw to. Chocky either gets himself a new contract here, or we never hear from him again. The stakes are that high. And only now the match officially begins. Ryden continues the assault, shoulder thrust in the corner. Ryden to the midsection. Ryden the aggressor here in the opening moments. The corner, and Ryden quickly clotheslines him down. I understand the desire on the part of Chocolate Thunder to get his hands on Ryden and to take a chance at getting a new contract, but the thing he's had to put on the line in order to get that opportunity is equally massive. There is no way back if he loses here. Can you imagine how smug Ryden would be if he's the one who puts Chocolate Thunder out of P.E.W. forever, but there's a drop kick from Chocky. Swing and a miss from Ryden. Thunder underneath the legs. Ryden goes to the ropes. Strike from Thunder, and the elbow into the chest of Ryden. Twisting Uranagi. Face first, top turnbuckle, right hands now. Forearms in fact. Shin under the jaw of Ryden. Thunder fighting here like his career depends on it, because it does. Clothesline over the top. Ryden trying to get some distance between himself and Chocky Thunder, trying to give himself a little break by sitting down. Not allowing him to have any respite whatsoever. Ryden again to see. Look how Ryden is trying to get away from Chocolate Thunder any which way he can. Thunder doing absolutely the right thing here, not allowing Ryden to have it his way. Pounding at Ryden. Now he's getting into the ring just to escape his opponent. Here's his motivated as we've ever seen him tonight, this Chocolate Thunder. Ryden lured him in though. Thunder gets dumped throat first over that top rope. Clothesline now from Ryden. Ryden, side press, cover and a kick out on 2 from Thunder. Ryden opted not to hook the leg, decided instead to focus on getting all of his body weight down on the shoulders. And kicked out and now Byron's back. Shot to the ribs here of Ryden, one to the face. Ryden backed into the ropes, reversal of the Irish whip though from Ryden. An elbow into the face, maybe into the forehead in fact of Chocolate Thunder, took him down. Ryden's got a handful of hair. Really being pretty lenient here. Thunder leapfrog. Ryden didn't know where he was, he knows now because he just got hip tossed by him. Chocolate Thunder to the ropes. Cut into the mid-back, Ryden flat on that back, covered by Chocolate Thunder. Ryden regained his bearings in time to kick out at 2.5, but Chocolate Thunder staying on him. Ryden, come in the eyes there. Mark, the referee, real earful here to Ryden. He's got to be careful he doesn't get disqualified. Thunder sent hard into the turnbuckle. You can hear Chocky just screaming with pain. That from Ryden. Ryden saying he's done. Top of the head. The mean streak of Ryden that has reared its ugly head so many times in the past. On display again here. Ryden. Referee forced to count the cover before he had a chance to make a determination on to whether that was a closed fist or not. Ryden looking down the camera lens, talking to all of you at home, saying exactly what he's planning to do here to Chocky Thunder. Thunder won't allow himself to be lifted, and instead he gets a suplex on Ryden. That could be crucial for Chocolate Thunder. Thunder with the pin. Ryden survives again. And it's tense in here. It is tense in here, given everything that's on the line for Chocolate Thunder, the winner of the 2026 I Am Phenomenal Trophy. Clothesline by Ryden. Some of the fans now as well. So much of a verbal battering here to Chocolate Thunder as well as the physical abuse. Dropping the leg across the throat. Is that all for the P.E.W. career of Chocolate Thunder? No. Ryden just glaring there at Danny Marks, who had the audacity to count to 2 rather than 3. And into the corner. Ryden has dominated the past several minutes of this match. He's continuing to do so. Telling the fans to shut up before he delivers yet more damage. Follows it up with a snap mare. Ryden comes at him from the front, kicks him right in the face. Ryden stays on top for the pin. Another 2 count for Ryden. This is so precarious for Chocolate Thunder. Small difference between a 2 count and a 3 count, and that is the difference between him keeping or losing his P.E.W. career here. Thunder. What's Ryden doing? Ryden. I don't know what he was doing, making some adjustment there to the turnbuckle. Roll up though from Thunder. If Ryden trying to give himself an advantage, but in the end, almost the opposite happened. He quickly, though, gets back on top with that elbow. Ryden choking at Chocky Thunder. Referee not watching, he's looking at that turnbuckle. That's why I think Ryden chose to do some damage to the turnbuckle just so he could create a diversion for himself. Another near fall there for Ryden as well. Exactly what Ryden was doing, even if the referee did, and they're chanting cheater at Ryden. Thunder sent across the ring from one corner to another. Ryden took too long taunting the crowd. Chocolate Thunder got the boot up, now he gets an elbow up. Chocolate Thunder, top rope, back elbow. Clothesline from Thunder. And once more. Thunder able to grab the head of Ryden. Drops him. A side slam modified there by Chocolate Thunder. Great improvisation from Chocolate Thunder. Found he had Ryden in a compromised position. Figured out what the best way to do maximum damage was and then delivered it. Referee counting both men down. Ryden is stirring. Chocolate Thunder is stirring. Both up. Thunder got there first. Thunder a step ahead here of Ryden. Got the knee into the jaw. Ryden now to the rope. Thunder put his head down too early. It doesn't matter because he fires back anyway with a clothesline. Chocky with Ryden on the shoulders. Death Valley driver. Listen to the roar from Chocolate Thunder, fighting for his career here in Stratford. Thunder charging into Ryden. Elbow from Chocky. Sprinkles delivered by the leg drop of Chocolate Thunder. Count again. And it's been numerous times now. And it's felt like Chocolate Thunder may have done enough to keep Ryden down and to get himself a new P.E.W. contract. Ryden, you've got to give him credit reluctantly. He is still in this. He is tenacious as Ryden. Now shoves Chocolate Thunder to the ropes, follows in there, clothesline. Great diversionary, great confusing tactics from Ryden. Thunder didn't know where the attack was coming from. Didn't know where that German suplex was coming from either, until it was too late. There is not much left here of Chocolate Thunder, and Ryden knows it. Ryden brings down the knee pad. That uncovered knee into the jaw. Blue Thunder Bomb from Ryden. We had a scream from some of the fans who believed that was going to be the end. Thank God it wasn't. Chocolate Thunder kicked out. But his future in P.E.W. is on life support now. Spitting down at Chocolate Thunder. Ryden shoved away. He looked for the cutter. There's a kick. Put him right under the jaw. Chocky. Can he get him? Got him. Fisherman driver. Chocky Thunder. Kick out Ryden. Thunder in disbelief. For all the while, I think he'd done it there. collect himself, regroup, immediately go back to work. Death by Chocolate as a cutter. Cutter from Ryden. Ryden to win it. Ryden kick out. Chocolate Thunder got the shoulder up. Man, Chocolate Thunder living so dangerously, but he is still living in terms of his P.E.W. future. What the hell is that? That's a weight. One of the weights that weighs down the ring. That is a weapon for all intents and purposes. Danny Mark snatching that out of Ryden's hand. Low blow from Ryden. No, again, it was deliberate. It was a diversion so we could get the low blow. Ryden dumping Chocky Thunder. Ryden, his feet on the ropes. Referee saw it. Referee saw it. We've already had one result tonight with feet on the ropes. Danny Marsh preventing it from happening a second time this evening. I don't know what Ryden's arguing about. He was blatantly cheating. He got caught red-handed. He just shoved the referee as well. Mark shoves Ryden back. Good. Good. Chocky. Death by Chocolate. Ryden is out. Ryden is out. Chocky Thunder has a new P.E.W. contract. Man, that was a roller coaster ride. But Chocolate Thunder, when it's all said and done, able to put Ryden down, and with it, gets himself a new contract. Chocolate Thunder is back, and he's back for good here in Phenomenal Elite Wrestling. Fight of his life for Chocolate Thunder. It's a fight that ultimately he won. Yet another measure of revenge here for Chocolate Thunder. As I said, Ryden was the one who cost him his co-general manager role several months ago. Now Thunder has not only snatched the Iron Phenomenal trophy away from Ryden, but Chocolate Thunder getting a new P.E.W. contract by defeating Ryden here tonight on Rother Street. Hell of a win for the return, Chocolate Thunder.
Well, it was just won a P.E.W. contract. Chocolate Thunder. Well, what do we think of that, ladies and gentlemen? Fantastic. Are we ready for another? Very good. Now this is the one with the newbie. And this is also for the newly vacated P.E.W. Women's Championship. The following contest is a singles match for your Phenomenal Elite Wrestling Women's World Championship. Scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
Moment ahead here. The vacant P.E.W. Women's World Championship about to be decided.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing your first challenger. She is sensational Sabrina Valentine.
Sabrina Valentine on her P.E.W. debut here. She was meant to challenge the defending champion, Ollie Jackson, but Jackson unfortunately injured. We wish her a speedy recovery, but as a result, Ollie Jackson's had to vacate that Women's World title. Now Sabrina Valentine, her first outing here at P.E.W. could win the big one.
That I have to wrestle here today. Because can we use our indoor voices, please? Because if my math is correct, since poor little Ollie Jackson got injured, I should be your P.E.W. Women's Champion! So give me that championship!
That's not how it works here.
And introducing the next challenger.
Valentine seems to be arguing that she should win the title by default. That's not going to happen instead. She's going to have to get past this woman. Chanting her name before she even came out here. That will be a huge roar, you've got to think. Rhiannon Jade has been playing the vacant P.E.W. Women's Championship of the World. Opportunity for Rhiannon.
Since she wanted to play the entitlement card, I thought we escaped that era. Ooh. Oh well. Exactly. She's an entitled Karen. And we don't want that. No, we don't. See, you guys have seen the likes of Lizzie Evo. You've seen Lizzie Rose in NXT. You've seen Ivy. And now we have... What was your name? Sabrina the Teenage Witch. She wants the belt, and that's lovely. And you may have had a title opportunity, but if we're going on entitlement, I only lost to Kiara because of the prestige. What have you done? You walk in, you get the title shot? That's great. Well now you're going to earn your title shot. So do you guys want to see her just get given the belt, or should we see if she's got what it takes? Let's get this one over. Let's go.
Rhiannon Jade is absolutely right. That is the spirit of competition here in P.E.W. Particularly for a competitor who hasn't even wrestled here before. You're not just going to get handed the P.E.W. Women's World title. Sabrina Valentine gets her title shot just as she was going to against Ollie Jackson, but it's going to be against Rhiannon Jade. You quite rightly pointed out that he would have beaten Kiara for the title had it not been for the prestige, who seems to make his presence felt all over the place, as he did earlier on when he was instrumental in costing CJ Rawlings the internet title. Rawlings going to challenge, though, for the P.E.W. World title against Adam Bolt in our main event coming up next after this one. Valentine offering a handshake now to Rhiannon Jade. Referee is a little bit unsure about accepting the handshake. Rhiannon Jade very hesitant to trust Valentine. There's a slap from Valentine. Hesitation is quite right on the part of Jade. Valentine rolling to the outside. Clearly the strategy here for Valentine is to enrage Rhiannon Jade and force her into making a mistake. No sign of that so far, just a receipt from Jade by slapping her back. Valentine got the kick in as Jade came back through the ropes. Jade now though sends Valentine to the ropes, follows her there, shoulder block. Valentine goes down. One of these women going to walk out with the Women's Championship. And Jade with a suplex. Immediately gets on top. No wasted motion from Rhiannon Jade, but the left shoulder came up for Valentine. Shot to the face there though. And the debuting Sabrina Valentine, or Sabrina the Teenage Witch, as Rhiannon Jade called her. At the boot there of Sabrina Valentine. Valentine though, made a mistake. Her legs got swung over that middle rope and a variation on a backbreaker. Jade dragging Valentine away from the ropes, went for the cover, but the shoulder came up. That's the third of 4 championship matches here tonight. Nathan Fisher, the new internet champion after that scramble match at the expense of CJ Rawlings. A boot from Valentine. The pin. With one title having already changed hands, we're guaranteed a second new champion here, but who's it going to be? Rhiannon Jade or Sabrina Valentine? Strike from Jade. Another. In the corner, the choke with the boot. That's illegal. Referee demands a break before 5, but Valentine went all the way up to just about 4 there. Jade fighting her way out of the corner. Forearm strike though from Sabrina Valentine. What do you think of her attitude? It's been an impressive debut so far for Valentine, no doubt about that. Suplex from Valentine on Jade. Has she done enough damage yet? The answer is no. She is heading in the right direction here. I think there is. Oh my God, jawbreaker there. I think there's. Actually, it's better for Sabrina Valentine if she isn't just handed the title, but earns it, because sense of accomplishment rather than sense of having been handed something, I think will make her more confident as a champion, but certainly she doesn't see it that way. Another illegal hold in the corner, another break. Pretty close to the full count of 5. DDT here. Valentine drapes herself on top with a lackadaisical cover, and that made it relatively easy for Rhiannon Jade to kick out. Got to be careful to avoid overconfidence here, Valentine, just because she's had the better of it over the last couple of minutes. Continuing to have the better of it with the clothesline. Valentine admiring herself. Gave Rhiannon Jade a couple of potentially crucial extra seconds to recuperate. Jade had enough about her to dodge what would have been a face buster there. Instead, the clothesline. Oh, the Polish hammer, just linking her hands together. The midsection stunner. Stunner from Rhiannon Jade. Then the clothesline. Jade keeping Valentine guessing. puts the leg behind it, or the arm behind her rather, goes for the clothesline and a kick out. That's why I said that Valentine doesn't want to be too complacent, because you've seen just how quickly, really in the blink of an eye, that Rhiannon Jade has been able to turn things back to her advantage. Counter whatever it was that Rhiannon Jade was looking for there. Top of the head, just rammed into the canvas by Valentine. Jade did well to get her shoulder up. Otherwise, Valentine would have got her wish. She would have won that P.E.W. Women's World Championship. Jade shoves her away. Boot goes up though for Valentine. Valentine now. Looking for a tornado DDT and gets it. Is that enough for Valentine? You heard her shout, come on, ref, a real sense of urgency from Valentine. Not enough to keep Jade's shoulders down for the full 3 seconds. Valentine throwing a tantrum here, and she's hurt her foot. How ridiculous is that? She threw a tantrum, kicked the rope and hurt herself. Looking for a cutter. Didn't get it. This women just jockeying for position now. Rhiannon Jade gets the better of it. Boot into the face. Jade! Twists around, drops her right on her face. Rhiannon Jade wins it! Rhiannon Jade's the Women's World Champion!
Here is your winner, the new P.E.W. Women's Champion, Rhiannon Jade!
Relentless is right. That is exactly what she was and what she needed to be. Rhiannon Jade claiming the vacant P.E.W. Women's Championship. What a turnaround in the fortunes of Rhiannon Jade, who wouldn't have even been in this match had it not been for the injury to the previous champion, Holly Jackson. But when opportunity comes knocking, you answer the door. And that is what Rhiannon Jade did tonight in Stratford-upon-Avon. Sabrina Valentine impressive on her P.E.W. debut. But if she wants to be the Women's World Champion, as she undoubtedly does, she'll have to wait. Because the woman at the top of the mountain is Rhiannon Jade. And Sabrina Valentine better join that long queue of would-be pretenders to the throne. A hell of a moment for Rhiannon Jade. Congratulations to her, your new P.E.W. Women's World Champion. And she did it at the one with all the wrestling.
Now, before we get to our main event, you know, there's something that didn't quite sit right with me earlier tonight, and I think a lot of people probably feel the same. And that's the actions of one Jason Joshua. Now, I've known Jason Joshua for a long time now. He was one of the first people who put their hand out and shook it when I first came here to P.E.W. He's been somewhat of a brother to me. We've tagged before in matches, we've won matches together. And I feel like we deserve an explanation for what he did earlier to Donna Rivera, don't we? So I'm inviting you down to the ring now. Jason, please, come on down, mate.
Yeah, absolutely right. You better explain yourself. What's it got to do with you? It's got everything to do with all of us.
So, Jason, I've recently become a dad. I'm looking at life in a brand new way, and I feel like
what's it got to do with you? How does it involve you in any way? No, you've spoken all show, and then you've brought my name up. I was in the opening match. You've had an entire show to do other things, but you've still brought me up again. So what's it got to do with you? Don't even try. Shut up. Answer the question. What's it got to do with you?
honestly, I
don't care. Do you know what? My issue isn't even with you lot. It's not. It's with people like you. It's with the wrestlers in the back. The ones that walk in and just think they deserve the opportunity. The ones that walk in and get title match after title match. They get opportunity after opportunity. But I've been here since day one. And I'm here floating about and doing random bits and making other people look good.
Yes, I agree, Jason.
It's my time to do my thing. I stepped in for you when you needed help, when you couldn't wrestle, because Fordy needed a tag partner that could actually win. He's not going to hit me because he's a new dad. No one cares that you're a new dad. No one cares that you're a vegan. No one cares about what you do. Do you know what I've done? I've been a tag team champion. I've been an internet champion. I've been a heavyweight champion. What has vegan done? A street fight. Great. I'm glad you took that opportunity. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let you go home to your child and be a dad, because we know you're not a wrestler.
Again!
I'll ask you one last time. What's it got to do with you?
And Joshua curb stomp again!
I am the best thing that P.E.W has ever had. I have held every title. I have beat every wrestler. And it's about damn time you lot realise that I am the only thing that matters at P.E.W. I hold this place up on my own. I am the pillar of this company. People like Vegan are a goddamn joke. You cheer for him because he comes out in an unironed shirt and does a little bit of chanting. You cheer for people like Donny that walk in the door and immediately given opportunities. You cheer for CJ after he just walks in the door and is handed opportunities. But I'm here every show doing what I'm asked to do and no more. I don't need you clapping for me. I don't need you cheering for me. I don't need you doing silly little gestures in the crowd. I'm the best thing this company has, and it's about time you lot realised it.
Honestly, I just don't know what has happened. That's not a man I remotely recognise in Jason Joshua, the opposite of what I thought he was.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event. It is for the P.E.W. heavyweight title, and it is the one with the golden ticket.
Referee Danny Mark having to take ring announcer duties after assault on Vegan Prescott by Jason Joshua. Immediately being interrupted by our world champion who doesn't want to wait. months now that Adam Bolt has been the world champion. Adam Bolt, high opinion of himself. He with a pretty high opinion of Adam Bolt as well. Look at him holding the ropes open for the world champion. Let's call it like it is. Adam Bolt has been given every possible advantage here by the Prestige. But this ongoing vendetta against CJ Rawlings. Rawlings has already had to compete in that 10-minute scramble match where he lost the internet title earlier. Adam Bolt completely fresh going into this world title defense.
And his opponent.
Ticket in hand, and thank God he has it in hand, because if it wasn't for that, who knows how long the suspension of CJ Rawlings would have lasted. That suspension imposed by the Prestige after Rawlings speared him. Unprovoked attack was what the Prestige called it, even though he slapped Rawlings immediately before the spear. One way or another, Rawlings has got himself on the wrong side of the wrong person here in P.E.W. Prestige, the man with all the power, and Rawlings, thankfully, had that golden ticket, which meant he had a right to be brought back. Prestige didn't like having the wool pulled over his eyes, didn't like being outsmarted, quite honestly, by CJ Rawlings. So he said, fine, you can come back. Fine, you can cash in your golden ticket, but you'll be wrestling twice. That's what's happening here. Rawlings has already lost the Internet Championship. Adam Bolt take advantage of a CJ Rawlings who is not at 100%. He won't have the Internet title, he won't have the golden ticket anymore, and he certainly won't have the P.E.W. World title.
Listen, CJ, you saw what happened earlier. You saw you bang your head. We saw what happened earlier. We saw you banged your head on the corner of the ring. You don't have to do this now if you don't want. We can do this another time, CJ.
Danny Marks, absolutely nobody wants to listen to you and your stupid bald head, so sure. CJ, how's your head feeling? You alright? What happened? I saw you had a trip earlier, you stumbled and you fell a bit. Yeah. So I'll tell you what, seeing as, you know, you're supposed to be so great that you're holding that golden ticket, that's, you know, I assume you still want to use on this and me. Why don't you do it? I dare you, come on, you've got the golden ticket, you're here. Don't let that little head injury of yours stop you, eh? Yeah.
Danny Marks is right. He doesn't have to do it now. CJ Rawlings, though, he's just going to want to deprive these people of a main event. The jacket's coming off. I think there's only one answer here from Rawlings, whether it's a smart thing to do or not.
Danny, I'll cash you in.
Rawlings couldn't have been clearer in cashing it in. Our main event is go between Adam Bolt and CJ Rawlings. Danny Marks expelling Jackie T from the ring. The P.E.W. World Championship on the line here in in our main event, right in the heart of Stratford-upon-Avon. Jackie T may have been expelled from the ring, but he's still a lingering presence at ringside, like a bad smell. Rings and Adam Bolt, look how he's immediately going after the head. He knows that, as we heard, that Rawlings bashed his head earlier. Do not expect Adam Bolt to show any mercy whatsoever here. Shot though from Rawlings. Rawlings got plenty of fight still in him. Rawlings, Bolt up onto the shoulders, Bolt shoves him away. Single leg drop kick from the champion, the man who makes it look good, goes for the cover, 2 count before the kick out from Rawlings. Adam Bolt looking to dominate 2026 here in P.E.W. First half of the year, done a pretty good job of it. February, March, April, May, looking to go all of June as well. Hang on though. Arms hook. Careful, Bolt. Leg swept away from under him, a kick right into the face. Rawlings diving between the top and middle rope. Adam Bolt taken down and folded up here on the hard floor. Strike from Rawlings. Rawlings. Bolt up on the shoulders, looking, I think. Simon's carry driver instead. Kick from Adam Bolt. Right to the head of CJ Rawlings. Open a hole in the chest there. Adam Bolt knows that the deck is stacked in his favour here. Reveling in that fact. High angle suplex from Adam Bolt. Bolt on top, leg hook, kick out anyway. CJ Rawlings, it's all well and good being able to kick out of these pin attempts. He's going to have to find a way to get into this soon. Adam Bolt having everything his own way at the moment. Jackie T, you saw him contemplating. You can see him edging towards Rawlings there. Do I have a chance to get a cheap shot in? This from Bolt. The Rawlings counters. Bolt looking for backstabber of sorts. Couldn't get it, and now Rawlings. Lifts up Bolt onto the apron. Bolt! Caught him with a lung blower. Bolt grabs that near leg. Kick out on 2 from Rawlings. CJ Rawlings on double duty tonight, having lost one title in pursuit of another. Bolt. Perfectly placed his strike to the boot up. That left shoulder blade, that left arm elevated. Bolt transitioning. Squeeze the life here. Out of CJ Rawlings. He's really slowed the pace down. The intention here in part, I think, to try and take the crowd out of this, but it's not working. Listen to the chant for CJ Rawlings. Shot to the chest. And another one on the champion. And another. Rawlings. Quick gets reversed by Bolt. Duck of the clothesline though from Rawlings. Rawlings crossbody. And smash mouth impact there. CJ Rawlings. Body slam. Got him up on the shoulders. Bolt biting. Bolt biting the head. Anything to get himself on the shoulders and out of danger. The innocent shoulder of CJ Rawlings that collided with the steel ring post. Jackie T, as ever, playing cheerleader on the outside. ahead there with Adam Bolt. Bolt climbing here. With Rawlings under his control. Oh, Bolt was talking trash to the fans. Big mistake. Rawlings has him up, drops him down. CJ Rawlings. Lifted up into the apron by Bolt. Throat dropped across the top rope though by the challenger. A man cashing in his golden ticket. Rawlings. Boot right into the temple. Right into the temple of Adam Bolt. Rolling neck breaker. I think Rawlings hurt himself. That head of Rawlings already fragile heading into this match. Hitting that neck breaker had a jarring impact on the head of Rawlings. A stroke of good fortune here for Adam Bolt. Rawlings is hurt here. Rawlings doesn't look like the man who just delivered that move. That referee is checking if Rawlings is medically fit to proceed. Rawlings striking back though when Bolt hits him. Referee clearly satisfied that Rawlings for now is in sufficiently good condition to keep going. Strike from Rawlings. And another. He is still in this somehow. Still fighting is CJ Rawlings. Ducks a clothesline from Bolt. Clothesline of his own. Now Rawlings with the uppercut. Against all odds, somehow CJ Rawlings is still holding his own here in this main event. Gets the elbow up. Bolt rocked by that one. Second turnbuckle, missile, drop kick. Act house here. The Rother Street Arts House. Stratford upon Avon enjoying another great night of P.E.W. And Rawlings somehow finds a second win. CJ Rawlings. Big strike across the back of Bolt. Pop up, powerbomb. Rawlings folds him up. Rawlings, oh, kick out, no. Rawlings holds on. Rawlings holds on. That modified Boston Crab here on Adam Bolt. Transitions again. Rawlings, the crossface applied. Adam Bolt might tap out. Bolt got the shoulders down. Rawlings had to release the hold in order to kick out of the pin. Rawlings has him up on the shoulders. Rolls through. Bolt's championship reign is in jeopardy. CJ Rawlings, top turnbuckle. Moves up, no one home. Nobody home. Adam Bolt moved out of the way. Backstabber from Adam Bolt. Bolt hooks the leg. Rawlings survives. Adam Bolt with a measure of disbelief. Trying to look undeterred here, unconcerned. There is a glimmer of panic in the eyes of Adam Bolt. Bolt looking to finish it. The absolute stunner may be incoming here. Couldn't get him. Rawlings countered. Rawlings sends it to the ropes. Caught him with the cutter. CJ Rawlings. Has he knocked out Adam Bolt? Has he done enough? It was on the rope. The foot was on the rope. Might not be a popular call. It's the right one though. Adam Bolt's foot on the ropes. Credit where it's due. Great ring awareness from the P.E.W. World Champion. able to be not just hanging on in there, but in control at the moment of Adam Bolt. Bolt on the shoulders. Rawlings, now he's looking to end it. Bolt counter. Destroyer from Bolt. Rawlings was dumped on his head there. The referee got hit as well. I think the referee got hit in amongst the chaos. Jackie T realizes, now he's got a chance to do what he likes. Nothing's off limits if there's no referee. Jackie T's got the title belt. This is heinous. This is heinous on the part of Bolt and Jackie T. Strike ran to the head. Right into the head. Remember, CJ Rawlings' head was already hurt. He's just been hit in the skull with the title. Jackie T beckoning. Another referee. It's the Prestige. The Prestige. He's not a referee, for God's sake. A kick out. Prestige can't believe it. Adam Bolt can't believe it. Jackie T can't believe it. Rawlings just kicked out. We're getting knocked out with the championship belt. Maybe a temporary reprieve though. It's still 3-on-1 here. Or is it? Jockey Thunder. Jockey Thunder. Thunder, the man who just got himself a new P.E.W. contract. Thunder tearing into Jackie T. Look who's still there. Slithering into the ring like the snake that he is, the Prestige. Prestige with the championship in hand. Spear from Rawlings! Where did that come from? CJ Rawlings hits the spear on the Prestige. Bolt low blow. Referee is still down. There's no disqualification there on Bolt. Absolute stunner from Adam Bolt. Don't say he's going to steal it. Don't say he's going to steal it like this. Kick out! Rawlings kicked out! There is something in the air here. Every rational bone in your body says that with all these advantages, Adam Bolt's going to win this, but CJ Rawlings didn't read the memo. Bolt's looking for another absolute stunner. Referee Danny Marks is back on his feet. Bolt got caught. Hands on his feet though. Flipped upside down. Bolt missed with the kick. Spear! Spear on Bolt! CJ Rawlings! Is this the moment? Is this the moment for Rawlings? Driver from Rawlings. Hook of the leg. Hook of the leg. CJ Rawlings is the champion of the world. Oh my! Rawlings has done it. Rawlings has done it. Adam Bolt's reign is over. CJ Rawlings just became the P.E.W. Men's World Champion. Incredible breaking news here from Stratford-upon-Avon. A night that started as a nightmare for CJ Rollins when he lost the internet title has turned into a fairy tale. God, what a moment. What a moment for that man. The peak of a meteoric rise to glory here in P.E.W. The best laid plans of the Prestige laid to waste by CJ Rollins. Jackie T couldn't stop it. Adam Bolt dethroned. There is a new man atop the mountain. A night of radical change in ways good and bad here in P.E.W. I don't think you'll find many people who say anything bad about this change. Adam Bolt's reign is over. CJ Rollins just won it. The World Championship is his, and CJ Rollins finds himself with the world at his feet. What a night! What a night here in Stratford-upon-Avon. CJ Rollins, your new world champion. For everyone here in Stratford, I've been Dave Bradshaw, saying we will see you on June 28th for As You Like It.